Joining me is Don Kelly with UCAN, the Utility Consumers Action Network, a ratepayer consumer advocate group who is not involved but is closely monitoring the settlement plan, and attorney Mike Aguirre, who is a vocal critic of the original settlement proposal and the revised proposal. Welcome to Evening Edition.
Good evening.
Now, Don, the original settlement agreement announced last March has to be approved by the state's Public Utilities Commission, CPUC. They said that the settlement was not fair to the ratepayers last Friday. What kind of revisions are they asking for?
What they ask for is that should there be third-party recovery, that the ratepayers are entitled to a bigger percentage of the recovery. So, for example, there's currently an arbitration going on between Mitsubishi and Southern California Edison regarding the replacement steam generators that were installed in San Onofre, which later did not work and caused the plant to shut down. The Public Utilities Commission says that they want a 50-50 split of any recovery towards the ratepayers for arbitration money that is either judged or through a settlement. They also want additional recovery for any insurance money that the utility gets for replacement power. Instead of going from, they want 95% of the money to be going towards the ratepayer. They also authorize that should there be any recovery for refinancing of the remaining assets, that the ratepayers get the benefit of that refinancing. And they also say that, from a legal perspective, that they would be willing to recommend the Commission approve the settlement as is with these changes.
With those four kind of major changes.
With those changes, that should there be third-party recovery, that the remaining part of the settlement with regards to how much the ratepayers get, how much the what goes into rate base, what goes out of rate base, all of those parts of the settlement will remain.
Okay, and Mike, now off the top, this sounds like, wow, consumers are going to get some money back, but you say this isn't the case. What is your opinion of these proposed revisions?
Well, the consumers aren't going to get any money back yet. They're being charged $5 billion for the mistake that San Onofre's people made. And the fact that San Onofre sued someone else, that's between San Onofre and Mitsubishi. The ratepayers shouldn't be paying for that and then possibly get money back. They shouldn't be charged for that at all.
And you're saying we're paying for it because right now, and for several years now, we have been paying for whatever happens at San Onofre.
Right. Southern Cal Edison never had permission to put the rates permanently, or put the cost of San Onofre into the rates permanently. They just skipped that step, and the Public Utilities Commission has allowed them to do that.
And Don, do you think these revisions are fair? Do you think they go far enough?
I actually supported the settlement as it came out last March. I believe that given the amount of litigation that's been going on and the fact that the ratepayers are still paying for San Onofre and the fact that Edison is still fighting tooth and nail for its position and they want more money for themselves and less money for the ratepayers, that the settlement was, in fact, worthy of approval by the Commission. I'm actually happy that the Public Utilities Commission is, in fact, giving or requesting changes that also add to the benefits that the ratepayers would receive should extra money become available through either the settlement or litigation process and with regards to the arbitration Mitsubishi, recovery from insurance companies.
Well, I do want to let folks know that Southern California Edison and SDG&E were invited to join us, but they declined to be in this interview, saying they are evaluating the ruling. So coming off of that, Don, first to you, have consumers actually been paying for replacement cost as Mike has suggested?
Yes, and part of the settlement means that they're going to be getting a refund, or they're going to be getting a refund of the money that is currently being collected and has been collected by offsetting other costs that they would be required to pay.
And Mike, let me have you explain that, because you're shaking your head. No, consumers aren't going to get a refund.
There are no refunds. They call it a refund mechanism. They claim that they're not going to charge ratepayers for other costs. There's been no review of that. There's been no analysis. It's not a question of litigation. It's that there's been no investigation on who caused the problem, how it came to be, and in fact, Southern Cal Edison was operating the steam generators without the replacement or without the license amendment that was required. And when you drive a car without a license and you cause an accident, you have to pay because it's per se unreasonable, and that's what happened here. It's per se unreasonable.
In a sentence, do you think the revisions will be approved?
I think that we'll go further than the revisions. I think we're going to have to redo it, and there's going to have to be an actual investigation of who caused the problem.
And Don, same question. Do you think they'll be approved?
I think the settlement will be approved with the current or proposed revisions.
All right. UCAN's Don Kelly and attorney Mike Aguirre. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.